All right, now we've got a whole bunch of fun things to look at, don't we? We picked out some pretty funny ones, I think. One of the first was Timelapse.
Yeah, Google Timelapse. So what you can do in Google, in the browser, is because it's got years worth of information stored, you can actually go back in time and see how things used to look. So I'm going to type into Google Timelapse. And when I do that, then you'll see the Timelapse Google Earth engine, and it'll give you a map of the world. And for convenience, what I'm going to pick initially is I'm going to pick Dubai.
Because it's had so much change.
Because it's had so much change. So we'll go to Dubai, and you'll see that it moves across the world. And it shows you satellite images, because Google's got their own satellites. Did you know that?
They actually own them?
Yeah.
I know they leased a lot, but yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Something to do with security, because they were trying to get access to military, because they wanted high resolution images and stuff, and the military weren't being very nice at providing that sort of thing. So they started launching their own satellites. All right, so we brought up Dubai, and Dubai, out of other cities, has changed so much. You can see it grow, and the way they've changed their coastline, because they've got like the palm fronds come up in the world. Oh. Yep. And the world comes up, and so you can see how this is the palm fronds where you can actually live. They've got housing and stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so if you go in there closer.
So where is this starting from? It's going back to
1984.
84.
Yeah. So from 1984 to 2016. And it just shows you really quickly. And I think you may be able to stop on any one. Yep, you can. So you can go to 88.
Just pause.
Pause.
There you
88.
go.
And then you can move it to each one individually and see that how it's changed. So let's move it towards about 2000. No real difference. But then when you hit 2007, wow. All right, so when did they start building stuff? See, so you can see it coming up gradually. I mean, obviously, this is all reclaimed land. So they had to bring all this sand in and start reclaiming the land. They started building all this stuff, and it just got huge, more and more and more and more involved. And this is apparently supposed to be the map of the world that they created as well. It's just a phenomenal thing. Now you can do that with any city in the world. So any city that you want to check out how it's changed and evolved, then Google Timelapse. It's an amazing, amazing little utility within the Google browser that will give you endless hours, because you can spend a long time looking at this stuff, and I actually have. So Google Timelapse.
Yeah. So you'll note as well the address here is earthengine.google.com/timelapse.
Yep.
But you pointed out to me earlier that you can actually see some of the time lapse through Google's Street View.
Yes, you can. All right. So what I've done here is on this other page, I've set up a Google Street View picture of Melbourne Street in Adelaide, South Australia.
Okay.
And if you go over to here, where it says Street View, and it says the date, August 2016. Now, if you click on that, you can go back further.
Oh, look.
So this is April 2013. Now, you can see here we used this particular image because it's got a graffiti, an artist's post of graffiti on a building. And before it was commissioned, you can see how that building was. Now, the reason why this is really cool is if, let's say, you're interested in real estate, or if you're interested to see how a particular suburb has changed on a particular street, then you go into Street View, you can go back and you can see what they've built, how they've built it up, whether they've done any extensions on a house that you perhaps want to buy.
Yeah.
And in this instance, I'm just showing you, so if I flick that over, there you go, so you can see it.
Oh, look. Yeah,
That's how it used to be in April 2013. You see that it just popped up. So if I click over here, it shows March 2015, so I'll flick that over. There you go.
It comes
March
back.
2015. Oh, they blurred it. I wonder why they blurred her. Interesting.
Very interesting little feature, though.
It is. So you can just go back in time, because, you know, those little Google cars with their little cameras, they've been roving around for a long time.
The people with the
now.
helmets,
Yes.
walking the walking trails.
That's right.
It's pretty funny stuff.
So that's in Google Street View. So once you get into Google Maps and you drag that little man over to get to Google Street View, then he's able to go back in time and show you what he used to look like. So that's obviously Google Maps as it is right there. And then when I grab the little man, this little yellow guy down here, and put him onto the street, then all of a sudden, we're on the street. And that's how you get Street View. Street View is very, very useful. Especially if you look at the map and you don't know exactly what it's physically looks like. Maps can be deceiving sometimes.
Yeah.
So Street View puts you actually on there, and you can see in how it really looks, and that's why we like Street View. So there you go. Street View can go back in time.
Yeah, so play around with that. It's good fun. I guess on the theme of going back in time a little bit, another one I wanted to call out was called Cacheview. So Google Cacheview.
All right, cool.
So what this is for is Google, well, let's start with a cache. A cache, or pronounced cache a lot of the time in Australia, potato, potato. But a cache is basically a copy of the internet, the site, and bits and pieces that Google keep on its servers to help deliver the content, basically.
Yep.
But you can drill into it. And if a site got perhaps defaced or taken down for some reason, or was suddenly changed or something like that, you could go into the cached view and type in the URL for that site and see what it looked like.
Oh.
Sometimes this appears on the web searches themselves.
Yeah.
So you will see a little link under your search results saying cached view,
Yep.
which you can have a look at. But this is straight into the portal itself. So
I know that if someone's getting hit by a distributed denial of service attack and it gets knocked off the internet for a short period of time, then you can go to Cacheview just to see.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And that happens.
Yeah. So if you have a website or something that's changed or has gone down and you want to do a little bit of investigation into it or anything like that, that can be a very useful utility.
And also you'll find that when people get into a little bit of trouble and they pull their, let's say it's a page off the internet because all of a sudden it's causing all this publicity which is negative to them and they don't want people to be checking out that stuff, then they'll take that site off the internet altogether. Well, with Cacheview, you can go back and see exactly what the cause of all that controversy was.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a cool little tool. At the moment, Google is probably, because it's the biggest search company in the world, are the ones that offer this as a utility, really.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, all internet providers are able to do this.
They are. Actually, Google's got a couple of little things because they are so huge. They can do little different things. So I think we'll talk about askew.
Oh yeah, the Easter eggs and fun stuff. Okay, so this is just antics on the internet, basically.
Antics on the internet.
Yeah, but some of them are really funny. So a lot of them come about if you type in a certain phrase or something into the Google search engine. So you had askew, I think.
Askew, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll turn on. So if I type in askew, then you'll see the page is tilted.
Yeah, the results are askew. All right, so it's just a funny little thing there.
Now, I don't know why they would do that. It's just someone was having some fun in Google and decided, let's do that. And so we found that and we thought, why not share it with our audience? Just a couple of little fun things. So askew, it does that. And if you go down the page, you'll see the entire page is askew.
That's right.
Yeah, and it keeps on getting more and more askew as you go further down. That's funny.
So with another thing with Google is you can turn it into elgoog, which is Google backwards. So if you type in barrel roll.
Barrel roll?
Yeah. And then hit enter on that one. So do a barrel roll with elgoog.
Okay. Oh!
It flips you right around and you get this backwards Google.
Why would someone have taken the time to create that?
Google's got a lot of money. They've probably got a lot of time on their hands and, they sit around on,
Do a barrel roll and sure enough, the entire search page did a 180. Well,
did a 180.
360.
Oh, it did a 360, that's
yeah,
right.
it did a 360.
So there was, what else do we have? Oh, this one's been around for a long time. One of the original biggest games ever is a game called Starcraft. It was actually called the national pastime of South Korea once, many years ago. Yeah.
Really?
It's massive, right? And it involves little armies fighting each other. And there's one army in there that are a little like aliens out of the Alien movie.
Yep.
And they're called the Zerg. And if you type Zerg Rush, which is a thing in the game, it does this.
All right, so we've typed in Zerg Rush here and hit enter. And you'll see, little things are coming down.
Now you've got to shoot them before they eat your web page.
Oh, let's get him. Let's get him. Oh, he's doing some damage. This is where you need a mouse.
Yeah, you're done.
Not just, he's going to get it. He's got it all. And we got a couple more. Yeah. Ooh, they're doing some real damage here. Well, if you wanted to keep the kids occupied, just type in Zerg Rush.
It's just fun, little things that are hidden in there. I mean, I remember years ago they had one that if you typed in French military victories, it would say no results found. Did you mean French military defeats?
Oh, that's not nice.
Which is not nice at all. It went to a linkage.
Well, they've obviously destroyed my entire page here.
They ate your results, man.
Yes, they did. So that was really good. Zerg Rush.
Zerg Rush. So lots of little things in there, and if you find some ones that you think are pretty cool that we may not know about,
let us
know, because they're always good.
Yeah, for sure. Get in touch